Welcome to the Midlife Career Rebel, the podcast created for high-achieving professional women to gain the clarity, confidence, and courage they need to go after and get the life and career they want. I'm your host, Dr. Carol Parker Walsh, lawyer, social scientist, brand strategist, executive coach, entrepreneur, and midlife career rebel. Each week, you'll learn strategies to manage your mind, navigate the challenges of midlife, and take control of your career so you can thrive doing the work you love. So if you're ready to tear up that rule book and create your own, you're in the right place, and I can't wait to show you how. Okay, here we are, Rebels. We're finally at part 4 of our 4-part series on the 4 levels of a careerist, the rebel level. Now, we started off at the drifter level, and in that episode, we talked a lot about how the idea of being able to choose your career that you love and get paid for it can feel like an impossible dream. And then in part 2, we explored the mindset and experience of the hustler level and how their underlying focus is on climbing that ladder of success and how that prevents them from discovering what they want or focusing on what matters most to them. And in our last episode, we unpacked what it means to be at the established level and how years of honing and developing an expertise in one area can inadvertently trap them in the idea that they can't pivot or do something new or different. And this becomes particularly challenging since at this level, there's a growing desire to do something impactful and meaningful, coupled with the need not to lose everything that they've worked for. And the combination often leads them to settling or staying stuck in the good enough zone, wondering how or if they can get out. Now, today we're talking about the final level, what it means to be a rebel. Now, what's interesting is that it's really a misnomer to call this a level because rebels don't see this as a destination, but rather a release, a freeing, an expansion of opportunities even. Because while the rebel loves what she's doing today, she's always looking for and open to other opportunities and possibilities for what she can be doing tomorrow. She's always looking for ways to reinvent herself, expand herself, and excuse my Star Trek reference here, but she's always looking to explore new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no woman has gone before. Right? That's what truly differentiates the rebel quote unquote level from all the other levels. She's evolved beyond the career matrix, no longer bound by its rules, but instead, much like Neo in the Matrix, she's bending and avoiding and dodging, right? The Matrix, she's using it and bending it to serve her will. Yes, my friends, she can fly. Now, rebels are unapologetically authentic. They're who they are. They show up. They don't even think about trying to be anything but who they are. They don't mold and bend to their environment. They don't think that they have to hide who they are or dim their light because of how other people may see or look or feel around them. They're unbounded and they're limitless and unstoppable in what's possible for them because they know who they are. They're confident in what they have to offer the world and use their voice to get what they want. It's more about really becoming a rebel than really reaching a perceived career destination. So it's hard to call it a level. I mean, if you think about it, it's almost like exploding into the world, free in a way unlike you've ever been before. Now, if you're not at this level, it can feel both unattainable, intimidating, and a little scary. But keep in mind, there are not that many rebels in the world, and that's why. As I mentioned in previous episodes, if you were to place these 4 levels, say, on a bell curve, right? Look at them across a spectrum. You'll find that, as with most bell curves, on the 2 tail ends of the curve, you'll find the drifters and the rebels. So usually the 2 tail ends of the curve are where you find the smallest amount of people. But at the peak of the curve, That's where it's highly populated by hustlers and those at the established level, because that's where most of us live, because of all of the reasons that I shared in the previous episodes around societal expectations and external validation and wanting to belong and to fit in and our human nature and on and on and on. But those at the drifter level and those at the rebel level, there's so few because most people do buy into the societal idea. So you don't find too many people on the drifter level, but it's important to know if you are there and what that level looks like. Equally, it's important to know what the rebel level looks like so that you can see there's a possibility of moving beyond those highly populated levels. Now, one of the reasons the rebel level is scary too is because you're taking full control and responsibility for your career. You're no longer guided by others and other people's thoughts and other people's expectations, and you're making decisions not based on societal ideals or pressure, but you're doing it for yourself. And that means your successes are your own as well as your setbacks. That means you're taking responsibility for things that worked and things that didn't work. But listen, a rebel doesn't look at setbacks or things that didn't work as bad things. They relish the setbacks because a rebel knows that it's always the preparatory phase for what's ahead and what's next. See, they look at that as learning. So if they make a move, take an opportunity, jump off of one position and start a new one, take a lower level salary or higher level salary or try something new or move across country. If for whatever reason it doesn't pan out the way they expected or thought it could be, they don't think, oh my God, I made a mistake. Instead, what a rebel believes is, okay, where are the opportunities? If it didn't turn out the way I thought it would, then what is the learning that I can get from this opportunity? What are the connections that I can make in this opportunity? How can I leverage my skills or gain new ones that'll help me for the next opportunity? Now, this isn't about having rosy colored glasses or always being positive, but it's a frame of mind and a state of mind that allows you to keep forward momentum and not feel like you've made the wrong turn and now you have to dig a ditch and sit there. It's just a different way of approaching and looking at things that allows you to remain in control of your destiny and where you're going in your career, as opposed to feeling victimized by it. Now, once you give yourself the time and permission to lean into your values and vision, to clarify and amplify your purpose, to learn how to navigate the systems of oppression that often keep us stuck, and able to create the systems of freedom that will give you the power and control over your career, well, that's when you're able to step into that rebel level. That's when you're not afraid to take risks, to leave positions that don't work, to accept a lower paying position because you know it's positioning you for something greater later on, or because of the impact that you want to make right now in the world, or even to pitch a new position that never existed and get it created because you have the foresight and understanding about what you bring to the table and how it can contribute to the bottom line of an organization. It happens. I've done it, and I've helped coach other women to create positions that never existed before because they knew what the organization needed, but more importantly, they knew what they could bring to that organization. Rebels never settle. And at this level, you are in control. Mostly because you know how to master your inner critic. You're slaying that imposter syndrome. And the circumstances around you, they don't control you. They don't toss you to and from in the wind like a rag doll. They don't control your emotions, your beliefs, or your goals. At this level, the game is entirely different. You're in this iterative process of self-awareness and self-discovery. And with each new revelation, you're making bigger and bolder decisions. And you trust your ability to decide what's best for your life and career without the need for validation or approval from others. And let me emphasize that. You trust yourself and your decision-making abilities. You will never find yourself asking, what do I do? I don't know what to do. What direction do I go next? Because you know how to make the decisions that you need to for yourself at this moment in time in your life. And you know, because you trust yourself, that whatever decision that you make is going to be the right one for you. And this is huge at the rebel level because you have this incredible clarity. You're now able to take massive action on your decisions because you trust yourself and the internal wisdom that's guiding you. That's why it's so important to tap into that, because that intuition and internal wisdom and those voices you've been hearing but ignoring or may have even silenced over the years have been there waiting to support you all along. You just haven't learned or taken the time to figure out how to listen to them and how to interpret them so they make the best sense for you. You're doing the meaningful work you love and getting paid well because you know the value of what you have to offer and bring to the table and how to ask for and get paid what you deserve. Your life and your career are in alignment. We don't believe in that work-life balance stuff because that means something has to give and something has to not be atoned to, as opposed to just where does it fit right now in my life and where do I need to put my attention and where do I need to take away some attention? And being totally okay with that, not feeling guilty or that something's missing or something's falling through the cracks. You're working within your values and in integrity with your vision, purpose, and goals for your life. You understand because you get alignment and you're not going for balance, that your career is just a part of the greater ecosystem of your life. Not as a separate thing that you have to try to fit in or try to balance with everything else. See, when you make decisions for your career, you're also making decisions for your life. So there's no guilt, there's no struggle, there's no trying to balance and maintain. And you're considering and creating a legacy. So you're not looking back in your life with regret, but you're looking back with pride in terms of what you created and the legacy that you've left, whether it's in your community, in your family, or in the world. And you're creating the systems of freedom and self-care that keep you in the driver's seat at all times. Like my client, Julie, who shared that the newfound awareness of the power and strength within herself and the increased confidence in her abilities that she gained stepping into the rebel level, how it helped her to get the career she's been dreaming about for over a year. Or my client Wanda, who recently reached out to me and we had this incredible conversation. And she reached out just to tell me that when we started working together, that she was definitely at the established level. And after spending years hustling to get there, it was really super challenging for her to hear and embody these messages that she could take control and free herself from the matrix in regard to her career. Right? And I mentioned that way back in the drifter level, that sometimes these words feel foreign and it's hard to take them in and embody the message because it just doesn't seem real. And she said that's just where she was. But as many women have shared with me, she said, once the fog cleared, I was able to free my mind from the external validation and approval, gain a cellular level of confidence in what I had to offer in my own brilliance, stop looking at the circumstances around me as impacting me or making me feel like a victim to them as opposed to taking control. And all of that allowed me to successfully implement the tools and strategies that I'm continually benefiting from even today. If we worked together a couple of years ago, but she wanted to reach out to me to have a conversation to say thank you because she is still at that rebel level. And every time something comes her way, she remembers her confidence. She has that deep level of trust and knows that she can make the best decisions for herself, and the empowering place that puts herself makes her feel completely in control of her career and happy and making sure that she's doing the work that she loves. It is a powerful, powerful place. And I could go on and on. And I want to say too that there are some women who have mastered the rebel level all their lives, right? Like one of my friends who's a VP for a university system in Colorado, and I've watched her for years navigate her career with a clear idea of what she wanted and what it was going to take to get there. She knew the importance of building relationships and not just networking for mere connections. She was willing to take risks moving her family from the South to the West Coast and on to Colorado because it was the pathway to the results that she wanted. She knew how to build a brand message that showcased her brilliance and how to position herself in the right spaces and places to advance her goals. Like, this isn't rocket science, but it feels impossible. And sometimes when we watch people doing it, we think, well, they're special or they're different or there's some circumstance that makes it available to them, but not available to you. So being a rebel isn't some unicorn, mythological, magical state of being that's not easily attainable. It's completely doable. I know because I got myself there. I wasn't always there, but I got myself there. And I've helped other women get there too. And I've seen other women live their lives there. There are actual steps you can follow that will get you there. But what I've learned over all of these years is that you can get there only if you can first free your mind from the career matrix. The two most powerful things that are available to you are, first, your self-awareness of where you are, and two, your trust in your ability to make decisions. Because as Maya Angelou said, once you know better, which is self-awareness, you can do better, which is making a different decision. And unfortunately, on the bell curve of careerists, few find themselves at the rebel level, but that's why it's my mission. I believe it's my mission. Having gone through this myself and understand this and breaking free from the matrix and seeing so clearly what keeps us trapped and stuck, it's my mission to help women and women of color to get to that rebel level too. Because it's possible and it's doable and you can get there. So now that you know the 4 levels of careerist, drifter, hustler, established, and rebel, figure out where you are. Remember, self-awareness is key. And carefully pay attention to what it will take for you to break free from your level of the career matrix so you can find your path to becoming a rebel. And if you've been following my podcasts and listened to any of the other interviews that I've done with my guest, I always ask at the end what it means to be a career rebel. And I would love for you to listen to some of those episodes because their answers, within each of them, you'll find some nuggets of wisdom that can help you get there too. It's also why I created Fearless, the Career Rebel Academy, to help women reach that rebel level, right, in their lives and their careers. Now, as you can see, listening to all these levels, it's not for the faint of heart. If you're looking for support but are feeling stuck, lost, confused, you're afraid to take action, and you're not sure if you want to, take action at all, or if you're looking for someone to rescue you or save you, or you're looking for a magic pill that's going to give you what you need without really having to do a lot of work, then let me tell you, you will not get to the rebel level, and Fearless is absolutely not for you because you are probably stuck at that drifter level or maybe a low-end hustler level, and that's not who this program is designed to support. But if you're a high-achieving, ambitious, strong, confident woman on the outside, but maybe still dealing with some confidence and imposter syndrome stuff on the inside, and you're a professional woman who understands the value and benefit of coaching, but now you're looking for something that'll take you to that next level, and if you aren't afraid of taking risks or hard work, and if the only thing you're missing is a proven system and support to make your dreams come true, then Sister Fearless is perfect for you. That's exactly who it was designed for the hustlers who want to learn to trust their internal wisdom, and for those at the established level looking to break free from that good enough zone to have the power and freedom to have the lives and careers they want. Now is always the best time to consider what you want and to take the steps to get there. And Fearless is a cohort-based program, so if at the time you're listening to this, we happen to be closed, you can easily join our waitlist and apply for a VIP accelerator, which I do a 2-day accelerator once a month. I usually have slots for 2 people, where over 2 days we intensify this work to get you what you need. There's some pre-calls and some post-support afterwards. But in the accelerator, those are for people who maybe have done some mindset work and have already broken free from some of the typical things that hold people back, are ready to get to that next level and just need some of the outer game strategy. But they're set and ready to go. That's what the VIP accelerator is for, because over 2 days, days, we're going to intensify. And we can't spend 2 days just breaking that mindset. So this is specifically a higher level piece of work that we do for people who are ready at that level to engage and do what they need to do. They're pretty much hovering very close to the rebel level, and they're just ready to break free and step over to the next level. That's what the accelerator and who the accelerator is for. And all the links I will definitely drop in the show notes. Well, you did it! If you've made it through our 4-part series, you now understand each level, why you may be stuck, and how it's impacted your career, and even your advancement into leadership, or maybe you're not being able to advance into leadership. You may want to listen to them more carefully and more than once, and definitely share this episode with anyone else you think, oh my God, she's stuck at that level, if you believe they can utilize this vital information. You will not find it anyplace else because it's something that I've developed and understand over all of my years of research and of coaching and supporting thousands of women. Consider this your red pill or blue pill moment. Yes, it's another Matrix reference. If you haven't watched the movie, you need to. So it's your red and blue pill moment. And now you get to decide which one you're going to take. So until next time, have an amazingly rebellious week, and I'll see you soon. That's it for this week's episode. Hey, and if you're loving what you're learning, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss another episode. Also, don't forget to read the show notes and grab the free resources mentioned so you can start implementing what you're learning right away. Finally, are you ready to unlock your potential and fearlessly go after the career and life you want? Then join me and a community of other high-achieving women in midlife, stepping into new levels of leadership, switching it up to do the meaningful and fulfilling work they're meant to do, and glowing up by creating the systems of freedom to achieve their dreams in Fearless, the Career Rebel Academy. You'll find the link in the show notes. Simply fill out the application, and together we'll determine if this is the right fit for you. I can't wait to see you there.